Hello and welcome to this episode of our podcast, The Champions Pulse. I'm sure you've been enjoying our exposition and you've been learning and following us through this journey, and I'm sure it's been impactful as well. Please, I want you to leave your feedback in the comment section below and let us know what your journey has been like with us and how well you've engaged our podcast so far. Without further ado, I want to introduce our guest today. She's a phenomenon. She's an incredible woman with an incredible story. She's lived and she's living an incredible life as well. Mrs. Popola, my own person. She is a member of the board of directors, Sickle Cell Foundation Nigeria. She's a businesswoman, an entrepreneur to the core, She's a philanthropist. She's the president of the Sickle Cell Club here in Lagos as well. And she's given her life, completely to seeing towards the elevation of the burden of sickle cell disorder across Lagos State, Nigeria generally. There's nowhere you call her from and you have sickle cell disorder that she wouldn't go all out. She spent her time, her resources, her strength, her commitment. When you hear her story, you would actually confirm and affirm the things I'm saying right now. And I think if we have more of her in our community, as a collective, as a nation, we would change the current narrative of negligence that we have towards people living with sickle cell disorder. And let me blow your mind, she has sickle cell disorder as well. And she's over 50, but that's not my story to tell. It's her story to tell. So, Mom, I welcome you to today's episode of the podcast. Thank you so much for making out time to join us today. So, can you just introduce yourself for the sake of those that don't know you? Can you just tell them who you are?
Thank you. And I'll say thank you for giving me this privilege to come online.
Thank you, Mom.
I'm Mrs. Modupe Bukola Olopade Popola. It's a long name.
I stuck with Popola.
Yes, it is well. That Olopade has to be my father's name because I treasured my dad so much.
Wow.
And he actually lived for me.
Wow.
While in crisis, he was always there with my mom to take care of me.
Wow.
So that's why my husband actually allowed me to keep the name.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's beautiful legacy. And I think that also inspired the work that you're doing right now as well.
Definitely.
Because I feel like if you don't have that kind of background, you won't have baseline inspiration to embark on the kind of projects you've been embarking on for humanity. So I'll quickly dive into the story. At what point did you know, or at what point did your parents find out that you had sickle cell?
It was actually at 5 months.
Wow, that was early.
I was diagnosed at 5 months. That's the story my mom told me.
Yeah.
Because I was still very young then. And she told me that every night I'll just be crying when it's time to sleep. And after a while, she had to study, and then she looked all over my body, and then she saw that I had swollen arms. They were swollen, and anytime she touched it, then I would cry. So she got worried about it, and then she informed my dad, and they decided to take me to the hospital, a nearby hospital to our house then at Ibadan. And it was there they now transferred them to University College Hospital. And right from there, that's how the discovery was made.
Wow.
And then the diagnosis that sickle cell. My mom, at that point in time, she didn't know what to do because I'm not the first child.
Okay.
Neither am I the second.
How many siblings do you have?
We're supposed to be 6, but one is late.
Oh, okay.
That's my younger sister. So when then she took it up from there. I think they encouraged her, told her the likely stories, what she's likely to be going through during the period of taking care of me.
This encouragement came from the hospital?
From the hospital.
Incredible.
Yes. There's this doctor. Yeah. Dr. Isaac Shodeye was actually my doctor, and I give kudos to that man.
Wow.
That doctor is of late memory now, but he actually took good care of us when we were young.
You know, I chuckled because I wanted to just chip in that. Will you say that that's our current reality where medical practitioners pay special attention and go the extra mile?
At that time.
At that time.
But
that's not, I don't think that's our current reality if you look at the general landscape.
Yes, if you have two, I don't think so.
Wow. So in the family, I just want to know, I want to dig a little into the family dynamic.
Okay.
You were the last one?
Oh no, I'm in the middle, right in the middle.
In the middle.
Yes. I have a senior sister.
Okay.
I have a senior brother, and then I came after.
Wow.
And then I have a younger sister.
Okay.
After that, my younger sister, I have another brother, and then the last one, a lady.
So from all the kids your mom had,
yeah,
how many had sickle cell?
It's just me and my younger
sister that's
yeah,
passed
the two
now.
of us. Yes, it's late.
Wow. If you don't mind me asking, I think a lot of people will be curious. How old are you?
I'm going to be 67 in November.
No, drum rolls. You know, I always look at people that have lived with this condition,
okay,
and have lived long.
Yeah.
Not just long,
okay,
but
and
productive and well,
yeah,
as miracles. Yeah. And I think your story and the story of other people like yourself, we need to put a lot of spotlight.
Okay.
You know, because there's this lack or the deficit of hope.
Yes.
You know,
then.
Yes, yeah, and even now as well. No,
okay, yes.
There's a deficit of hope.
Yeah.
You know, lots of caregivers, even persons living with the condition, there's that hopelessness.
Yes.
I can't be anything much, and then the parents will be like, "Don't invest so much in this child,
yes,
because this person might die at any moment." You know, and you see that it's led to this subtle negligence in the quality of care, because there's that undertone or underlying, you know, perception that people living with this condition don't live long. Yeah. And I'm so grateful for your life that you've defied those odds, and you're here today to tell your story. And trust me, you're hitting the 100 mark. You're getting to 100 anyways. You know.
So.
Yes. So what was your growing up like with sickle cell in the family? What was the family dynamic? Your siblings, support, your mother, your father? How did they raise you? Was there love, affirmation, support? What were the sacrifices they made? You know, can you just spotlight that a little bit?
First and foremost, I give kudos to every member of my family, starting from my dad. My mom played a very good role, taking good care. She's a loving mother, though. It's not only me, but every one of us. And, you know, when it was diagnosed, she has to take me to UCH. I think appointment then was 3 months, once in 3 months appointment. And she never for once say, "Oh, no, I'm not going." If I can remember, I was still young, and you know, at very tender age, there was a time I had a severe crisis. It was as if I was actually convulsing then. And my dad's sister was with us. And she now said, "Okay, they should take me to the village. Let's go straight to the village." My mother said, "Village care?" "No, not this one. I have a clinic where I take her to." And then she rushed me to UCH, and then I was admitted. You know, at that time, any crisis is either the PCV had gone down and you need to be transfused. Yeah. And so she took me there, and I was actually transfused. After transfusion, you come back to your normal self, and then there will be a discharge. And then my mom, who I give kudos to today, I see it as a payback time, because she's with me now. I'm the one taking care of her.
Wow.
My big sister, my immediate senior brother, yes, because he's into medical line. he knows what it is. So most of the time, he took extra care of me when I was in secondary school. He was at government college. I attended Yejide. But he's always out to look out for me, to check on me. And because we lived at Ibadan, it was easier for my mom to come. When I was going to secondary school, my mom had to go and inform my principal about my disorder then. Before resumption, I went to a boarding house. So because my dad didn't want me to stay back at home. My mom didn't say because I have the sickling, I should be pampered. She never did that. My dad wouldn't even allow that. And that was the reason why they wanted me to go to a boarding house. But my mom now decided that before resumption, it's better to let the principal or the teachers let them know who I am. And so she went to meet the principal. And the principal now told her that, Mama, it's your job, you know your daughter. Normally, they allow the visiting time at that time, I think it was once in a month. But the principal gave my mom concession that she can come every week, every weekend. But whenever you come, don't ask for her. Go to the matron, whatever you have to give her, give it to the matron, and then the matron will hand it over to me, unless if I'm in crisis. That was the agreement and the arrangement. But you know women. My mother was able to win the matron's heart so that anytime she comes, the matron will send for me.
Wow.
So automatically I get to see my mom. And then whatever she has to give me then, she gives to me. So I give it to her as a mother. She never complained and say, just like some mothers will say, will you don't leave me? No, never for once.
Wow.
As soon as I say, this place is paining me or whatever, she knows what to do. So that family care was there. That my youngest sister, yes, both of us, we go to the clinic together. Once his appointment, she went to St. Teresa's. I was in Yejide. And when it's time, my mom will come, pick her up before coming to Yejide. And then from there, we go to UCH to see the doctors. At Form 3, Professor Isaac Shodeye, told my mom, Mama, you mean you won't stop coming with these girls of yours to the clinic? They are of age. He said, when next I see you come with them, I won't attend to you or attend to them either. And my mom said, please. He said that's his word. Stopped my mom from coming with us. Did my mother yield? No. Wow. When we get to the hospital, she will find somewhere to go and hide herself and make sure we go and see the doctor. She wouldn't go inside with us. And then the doctor will attend to us. As soon as we are done, she takes us back to the school. For you to know that when you have a loving and a caring mother, you will actually succeed in life. And that's what I see in my mom.
Wow.
She helped me to break all the barriers of sickling or not to have that strong will. She gave me the strong will to live, and I stood by it. Even my primary school days was worse because I'm always off the classes. I'm in the hospital, but I would say intelligence was there, the brain was there. If I don't attend classes for 3 months, once I get back to the class, nobody takes my position.
In the climb, I actually think it's a thing because
it's like a compensation.
Honestly,
that's the way I see it.
I feel like most of my friends that have sickle cell disorder, and of course the people I've related with in the community, this outstanding, intellectual prowess that they have. I don't know if it's
real.
Wow.
And that's it. Yeah. My classmates, as soon as they see me back in class, they start to sing. Isanza Matunde, jokingly. But you know it's so demoralizing when your classmates are now taunting you with that kind of a song.
True.
It's answer Matunde o, Ali Kolo.
What does that mean?
That I've been playing truancy in
Oh my,
class.
oh my,
Yeah, so
oh
they
my,
sing for me.
oh my.
So one of these days when I got back to class, my teacher stood up for me. She now said, okay, you keep calling her Isansa, that is a truant person. You that you are always in the class. I'm always here to teach you. I teach you, and anytime she gets back to class,
As she overtakes.
yes, she overtakes.
So who is
That
now?
position, nobody takes it from her. So what are we talking about? You two, Olodo Rabata.
Ah, good comeback.
Yes. So she gave me that, and
Wow.
that I was able to use it against
That's strong.
my
That's
classmates.
strong defense, right
It
there.
was a good defense
Because
that she gave to me.
I think that breaks people.
Yeah.
You know, when you're at this formative stage of your life,
Yes.
and you're forming cognitive, trying to form perception about yourself, and lots of kids living with this condition are suffering from inferiority complex.
Yes.
And a lot of them go into
Hideout.
yeah, and then even extremes like suicide.
Yes.
Because of the stigmatization.
Yes.
So thanks to your teacher.
Yeah, she
did
gave me
she
that
did an incredible
courage.
job. And then I think I like the flow of our conversation because I'm going to just jump into your professional life.
Okay.
You know, you had to go through the odds, went through school, got all the necessary certifications, and it's just common that you should also have equal access and opportunity to get a job, to work and all that. Can you tell me that story? How did that go out for that? How did that play out for you?
It was actually my secondary school days that I had that. When I finished, my mind, I wanted to be a banker. I wanted to be a banker because I love arithmetic and mathematics then.
I hated mathematics.
Yes.
I failed mathematics.
Oh, I'm very good at it. Calculations, just bring it, a twinkle of an eye, even up till now.
Incredible.
Yeah, so I was very good at it. And then, luckily for me, it was time for them to employ more staff at the bank then. So I was asked to come and join in the selective exams. And I went. I'm talking about 1970, I think 75, 76.
That's a long
Yeah,
time
that was 76. And then I went in for the exam. I sat for the exam. And when the result came out, of course, I did very well. And it was time for employment. And we were given letters to go for medical checkup. I never knew it could be a deterrent at all. I took it and then I went for the medical test. When the result came out, instead of them handing the result to me, they were supposed to send it to the bank, definitely. They sent others, they handed some to some people amongst us, but mine never got to the bank and was never handed over to me.
No way.
They were just playing me. It was like a child's play.
Oh my goodness.
When I get back to the bank will tell me, oh, we've not received your result, that I should go back. That went on for about 3 days. I had to go back home and told my dad, I don't know what's happening. And I saw my name at the top. I did very well. So my dad said, okay, don't worry. He went to my uncle that actually asked me to go for the test. So we went there in the evening. And that one said, Dupe, what did they say happened? I said, Uncle, I actually don't know what happened. And you did well? I said, I did well. My name is at the top. He said, well, no problem, that we should go home. He will find out. He said my dad should come back the following day. So we went home. And when we got home, I started thinking, what could be the cause? What could have happened? Why were they tossing me here and there? So the following day, I wanted to go with my dad. He said, no, I shouldn't go. I said, why shouldn't I? I said, I shouldn't now. Okay, so I stayed back. And then my uncle now told him that he said, I'm not going to be a plus
Oh my goodness.
That was it. But a minus
Oh my goodness.
to the bank
Oh my
if
goodness.
I'm employed. So my dad said a minus or plus. What does that signify? He now explained to my dad very well that he said if they employ me, it's a banking job and they can't afford to have one of their staff out of duty for a day. That could be a detriment to the bank. I was okay. So when my dad got home, and he didn't want to tell me. I had to go to uncle myself. He said I shouldn't go, that he would tell me what happened. It's because of my sickling. That he said because I have that SS.
You did great in the assessment.
Yes.
Your name came out.
My name came out on top.
And because
of
sickle cell.
SS. That S.
Now,
S.
I might understand where they're coming from, but
Yeah.
the assessment of you are not going to be plus.
A plus, rather a minus,
minus
to the bank.
How?
That was it. That was the statement, the exact statement.
How did that make you feel?
Yeah, so that was it. I felt so bad. But I just picked up from there, well. It didn't really break me at the first instance. Yeah. So I just looked at it that, okay, the banking session, that means they won't take me to be a banker. So I left.
So that whole ambition just shut down?
Yes, that was how it went down like that. So I now went to a Nigerian textile mills. And at the Nigerian textile mills, I was employed temporarily because at that time, the time to gain admission had already gone. And I didn't want to stay back at home. So I now said, okay, let me work. And then my brother-in-law has a friend working as the personnel manager at the Nigerian textile mills. So employed me, and I was put at the audit department, which I really enjoyed.
Oh, you got back to your numbers anyway.
Yes. So I got back, and then after about 3 months that I've worked, I have to go for my regular appointment at UCH Ibadan. And then I told my supervisor, I didn't go to my boss, but my supervisor. And I told him that, Oga, tomorrow I might not be at work. That was on a Wednesday. My clinic is always on Thursdays. I said, I won't be at work tomorrow, and I will be back at work on Friday. He said, why? I said, I have to go for appointment. He said, what kind of appointment? I said, Oga, leave that one.
So they didn't know you had sickle cell?
Nobody knew.
Wow.
So
apparently,
he said, my supervisor is a man.
Huh.
And I thought it not right for me to divulge anything to him at that time. So he now said, I can't grant you permission. No. The only thing I can do is if you want to sneak away, maybe for about 30 minutes or 1 hour. But to grant you permission for a whole day, he couldn't do that. That I should go to Mama. Oh, okay, Mama. She's the internal auditor. So I just went into her as a mother, believing a mother will understand. And so I told her, Mom, I won't be coming to office tomorrow. She said, why? I said, I have appointment at the hospital. She said, what kind of appointment? Are you pregnant? I said, oh, no, at this age, no. I'm still very young at that time. I said, no, but I have sickle cell disorder, and then that's where I see my doctors at Ibadan, you see. She said, She said, okay, you won't just tell me with your mouth. Go and put in a casual letter. And then I did. I wrote. I didn't state the reason why I would be off duty.
Okay.
Yeah. I just asked for a day's permission to be off work. And then I wrote it, I submitted to her, and I left on that Wednesday. Thursday, I was at Ibadan. On Friday, when I got back to work, the personnel sent for me.
That's HR?
Yes, HR then. They called them the personnel then. Yeah. But HR now.
Yeah.
So he sent for me that they should call me. And normally when he sent for me then, it's either he wants to send me a message to my brother-in-law or so. So I thought that was it. So when I got to him, he said I should sit down. Where did you go yesterday? And that question, I looked at it, I really
I
posed.
don't like where this is
Yes,
going to
so
right now.
I just laughed. He said, I'm serious with you. Why are you laughing? Where did you go yesterday? I said, I went to the hospital. I went to Ibadan. He said, what for? I now told him. He didn't even know himself. So I told him, I'm a sickle cell disorder patient. He said, why did you go and tell my mama? And then he brought out the note, the casual leave letter that I wrote. I brought it out from his table and handed it over to me. And when I saw what was written, that my appointment should be terminated because I have sickle cell disorder.
No way.
When I saw it, I started crying. I was in tears. I was just crying and crying and crying. And he said, why are you crying? I brought you here. The next thing I will do is just to remove you from an audit department. Then you come and sit here at my department and be working for me. That was how he saved. And it was there and then, while I was crying, that I cried to God. God, if it be so, if this be so, if this is how I'm going to be going and look for a job and they will be terminating my appointment, you give me a job that I will not need to write, I beg to apply. And that was it. And God acceded to my cry. So that was what changed everything about me, about what I will do, what will happen to me. Immediately, even going to the university, everything just collapsed. And that was it. And my father pleaded with me. He said I should go and do secretarial studies. At a point in time, my brother-in-law called me and spoke with me. So I went to Yaba College of Tech. I did secretarial studies. My mom was actually a caterer then. She was catering for all these primary schools at Ibadan then. So I looked at it. She's doing her job very well. Nobody is asking her to go and write one letter or whatever. And immediately I said, okay, maybe I will go into catering. My dad said that, no, you can't. With this, one of my uncles actually came and said, no, not with this result. Is that you want to end your life in the kitchen? I said, I don't want to beg. I don't want to go and start begging. He said I should go and do journalism. I said, no, I don't want to go into that. I don't want to go to that field. Even journalism, yes, I will still need to apply somewhere or whatever. Yes, but I want to be on my own, where nobody, when I'm down, I will stay indoor. When I'm up, I will pick myself up and do whatever I want to do.
This is
Yes.
this is getting to me on a very personal level, because
That was exactly what happened to me.
I just want to try to imagine, let's just even play this scenario back. What if you didn't have someone to actually say, don't worry, I can move you from this department, come work in my own
Then I'll be
space.
back home crying, and then many things will set in.
And there are many persons living in this condition that are currently being stigmatized in their places of work.
Yes, this I know.
And I feel that as a nation, as a people, as a collective, we have the responsibility of not pushing away our own that seemingly have certain
disabilities or whatever.
But create a working and environment that
conducive
can accommodate some
them.
of these things that look like seeming weaknesses. Because the real value, I understand, of course, I'm a business owner, I have deliverables, I want to make profit, I want to do this. But the moment we start to have conversations about people and we center it only on what they can offer, not on who they are, then I think we are really doing a disservice.
You know, at Nigerian Textile Mills, during the 3 months that I spent before going for my clinic, I was very active. At that time, if I'm not in crisis, they call me tomboy. Because you see me climb. I can climb, name it. I will be the one that will climb to go and check for all those things that we were auditing. I will climb, count, and then tell them whatever it is, the numbers. And then the mama said they should send me away. You know, it took only God for me to forgive her. Because I looked at her as a mother.
Yeah, and that
you
was
have
your first,
children.
that was your
Yes,
first
that
point
was
of
what
reference.
actually
It came natural to you.
Yes.
That she would understand.
And I said, as a woman, she should be able to understand my plight, and then
Wow.
only
So
for her to go and mean it.
Because of sickle cell disorder,
cell, yeah.
Nobody did a complete or objective assessment of your possibilities,
what they can get from me.
you, and your first job,
my talents, my whatever, just
the first opportunity you had in life,
yes,
to actually offer value. They said you cannot.
I cannot.
You are you will be a minus.
Yes, and not
a plus. That's heavy.
Yeah,
and the
very,
second
very.
opportunity, the same thing happened. I think as a nation we need to let's sit down and work on this, because in advanced countries, in the UK for example, I know people that live with this condition and they are working, they are thriving. So the healthcare, they've put in palliative measures in place where to support them before they go to work. They walk into a hospital and then they do their routine exchange blood transfusion for the month, and they are fine. And in their places, go back to work. As a matter of fact, when they are doing the exchange blood transfusion, their laptop is just by the side and they're working. And they go to the office, their bosses understand the peculiarity of their health condition. They give them break times in between work. You walk around.
Let me tell you one thing. While I went to London, I studied in London. While there, I was asked to register because of my sickling. And I registered at St. Mary's Hospital. My school was at Endon. I was living at Brixton. So it was a bit tough for me. And throughout my stay, I wouldn't say I had one single crisis.
Can you imagine?
While I was there. So because I registered, I'm supposed to be going for clinic. They didn't see me at the clinic. My GP will call me. So there was a day they actually planned for me. It was on a Saturday when they know I wouldn't be in school. And they sent an ambulance to come and pick me at home. To take to the hospital.
Wow.
That was exactly what happened.
Wow.
I was shocked when I saw the ambulance and they said the ambulance was looking for me.
Wow.
What about it? They said my doctor wants to see me. And I got there and he said, why aren't you coming for your appointment?
Talk about being intentional.
Why aren't you coming for? That was it. Oh, and I said it's because of my schoolwork.
And in Nigeria, people with this condition are an afterthought.
Yeah.
It's really ridiculous.
And then she told me, anytime you know you are not going to come to the clinic, give us a call.
Oh, my goodness.
And that was it.
Oh, my goodness. You see, as a nation, we can do more for people living with this condition. Beyond just, creating parking space for people with disability. I think we should put up policies, work policies, and not just policies. There should be some level of monitoring to ensure that the implementation of these policies for people that they didn't call this upon themselves
at all.
And if you look at our community, you see that a large number of persons living with this condition, this came about from ignorance.
Yes, ignorance.
Parents didn't know, and then there's the wrong
diagnosis.
So I think we can do more as in regards to empathy, the quality of care, and inclusiveness, of persons living with this condition. If we can make the environment conducive,
you will see people fly. You will see them fly.
Offer incredible value. And I think your story of resilience, you've built your business. So you see, it wasn't a loss scenario.
It wasn't.
And it took willpower and grit, to make something out of that.
I'll say my family did a lot as well.
Great.
Because at the time when I went to London, yes, I was there. Like I said, there wasn't any crisis. My dad was there. My dad was fearful at the initial stage. He didn't want to allow me go. He said because of the weather. maybe the weather will affect me or things like that. But to God be the glory, I went, and I was glad I did. When I got back here to Nigeria, I said, okay, this is a terrain that I haven't worked. Let's see what it's going to be like. It was difficult to get a job too. So, I had an experience before I left. So coming back, I know it's not going to be, there's not going to be any kind of adjustment.
Yeah.
After I wrote series of application letters, and when I knew nothing was forthcoming, I just told my dad, Daddy, please just buy me an oven. And then I'll start. I started with that. That was how I started. I started baking. And I was supplying to supermarkets. I was supplying to filling stations at that time. And that was how I got up. When I couldn't do it alone, I got another lady that joined me.
You became an employer.
Yes, I became an employer
and
at that time.
No, you were not doing kindly
at all. And that was it.
I begged to apply.
I didn't beg to apply. That one, that statement. Yes, so I said, God, I don't want to beg to apply. Before, when we were in secondary school, when you want to write application, we used to write, I beg to apply. So I didn't want to beg to apply.
Incredible.
And God granted it.
And
that was
how
it.
old is your business?
My business is about, because it was around 2001 that I started.
Wow.
When I came back in 80, I think around 84. That was when I came back. I looked for a job for about a year, and when I didn't get a job, I started supplying.
Wow.
And I was making money. I was making a lot of money from my supplies. But I had a setback. I supplied one supermarket at was it Allen now? It was a big supermarket then, and then they went away with all my money.
My goodness.
The supermarket will ask you to give them 1 month.
Yes, upfront.
Get
a PO.
Yes, and things like that. It was like I concentrated on them. My mom was actually telling me, when 1 naira in hand is better than 1,000 in the bush. But because I was still young, I was very happy that at least my products were moving and things like that. So there was a little kind of setback. And later on, I decided that, why don't I start an institution where I can impact people? So that was how I now went into opening a catering institute where I impact students.
Incredible.
And I'm still at it now.
Wow.
I'm still doing it.
Wow.
There was a time I was actually training some warriors that are interested. Anyone that is interested, then they come in. I train them.
See the value addition.
Yes.
From here to here, from being denied opportunities to creating opportunities
for others that are interested.
And I want to say that this should be your story. You have sickle cell disorder. You can't be put down by what life is throwing at you.
All. Don't allow it to break you down. I didn't allow it.
You have it in you to actually write the script of your life. And you see, the society and the world at large, I'll tell you the honest truth. They don't really owe you much. They won't give you much. So if you're able to reduce your expectations of what people can do for you and try to fight your way through to see that you break through, break even, this is possible. Mommy, how old are you again?
67.
67.
In November.
67. And she's made such an incredible mark. And I because of time, I can't even go into currently in the sickle cell community. What's the role you're playing now actively?
The coordinator of Ifako Ijaye area club.
I'm privy to most of the things she does. From what she's doing now, she's able to contribute to the leg ulcer clinic, TCD clinic at the Sickle Cell Foundation Nigeria. On a monthly basis, she's making donations to ensure that the clinic keeps running. And we offer these services for free for persons living with this condition. She runs the clubs, and most of the welfare needs, she would travel to any extent, any distance. Once she hears that someone has a condition, she's off. She's right there because she has the means. she has the capacity, she has the experience, and she has the story. And you know, like we say, the person that wears the shoe knows where it pinches the most. So I want to encourage you that please, this is not the end of the road. Sickle cell disorder is not the end of the road. It's just a bend.
Yeah, it is.
A bend is not the end of the road. So put yourself together. You can be more. And at Sickle Cell Foundation Nigeria, we have our skill acquisition program that we're about to launch. And she's also one of our facilitators. We are blessed to have her on that program. And we're going to be going live very soon. So please be on the lookout on all of our platforms. As soon as we announce the entry opportunities, please learn a skill. Something that is within the bandwidth of your strength threshold. You know, there are digital skills you can learn these days. You know, you don't have to go out, be in the cold, you expose yourself back and forth. You can actually start to earn and contribute, you know, economically to your community. Take care of yourselves. And once you have money,
know your limit.
Know your limit and work within your limit.
Your limit.
And the only way you can work within your limit is that you control
what is
around you. So you can learn a tech skill.
Don't do what you are supposed do what you are not supposed to do.
Exactly.
That's another thing.
Exactly. I think we're still going to push these conversations, and we're going to have more episodes where we talk about, you know, economic financial empowerment, and we'll also be spotlighting some of the cases in the community. You know, we talked about a boy that has sickle cell and has cancer. It's a lot. And I think we need to spotlight some of these, you know, stories to see that the world, you know, we rally the support that's required to see that persons living with this condition have access to quality you know, care. You know, so thank you so much, ma'am, for, you know, joining us today.
Thank you.
This is not the last time we're going to be seeing or hearing from you. And
no problems,
we're
anytime.
grateful. And your life is an inspiration, like I always tell you. And you're a blessing to the community. You're a blessing to lives, and we trust that you will live long.
Amen.
And not just live long, but strong.
Amen.
You know, so that many people as well would, you know, trail in the path that you've blazed over the years. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you for what you are doing.
I know.
You are breaking every barrier that needs to be broken. So we give kudos to you. And unto God we return all the glory.
Team sport as a collective will do the best that we can do.
Thank you.
To change the narrative. Thank you so much.
Right. Thank you.
And see you in the next episode.
No problems.